We are live.
We are live.
Testing. Can everybody hear us okay? I see a little thing is.
No, that's hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just like very low.
Well, it's because we're being quiet.
Sort of.
We both inside voices.
Inside voices. All right. If you are on here, oh goodness. Give us a hello. We last minute decided to do a live stream.
Wow, that's incredible. Good on you, Randy. Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Kilo couples.
Yeah, sure, mate. Christopher Joseph, hello. Kendall, hello. Wow.
I lost all the weight I found all the weight you lost.
Where's it at? Awesome. Lots of hellos are coming in. We're going to wait a little bit for some people to roll into the live stream, and then we'll get started. Hello to everybody saying hello. We're just chilling. We're in the basement at Randy's parents' house because we're still here on holiday shenanigans.
My old roommates. We're going home today. I got internship again tomorrow. Greetings from Ireland.
Ooh, I want to go to Ireland.
Thank you, Bone Thug. Dang, he's skinny. I'm working on it.
Where's Harmony at, Bone Thug? Nice.
Did everyone have a good Thanksgiving? I guess everybody in the USA. When does the UK celebrate theirs?
I don't know.
I know Canada's at a different time.
Is the UK's? Oh, theirs is. Isn't theirs bonfire night? No, that's their 4th of July, right? What did Randy eat mostly during his 15 weeks? Actually, that's a good first question to answer. You want to take that away? Like, explain what you ate, and then
ice and cheese,
ice cubes. He ate tears as I shamed him. No, but I think that'd be a good one.
What is this live stream about?
It's about how you lost all your weight. So if you guys didn't gather by the title of this video and the description, we're just basically going to be talking about all the little details that helped Randy lose his over 100 pounds in 15 weeks. So if you guys have extra questions that maybe weren't answered in the Sexification series, or if you just haven't watched it at all yet and you want to learn more, that's going to kind of help fill the gap. So we're going to go through maybe like an hour-ish of Q&A and try and keep it on track to be about weight loss and not like our personal lives or anything extra like that, unless we just run out of questions. So awesome. Got a super chat from Emily. Thank you so much. And hello, Hans from the Netherlands.
Nice.
Always good to see you in here. Mark, thank you so much. Met Randy in Ireland and Token Restaurant in Dublin.
Yeah, that was the fries.
Oh.
The totally fried challenge.
I'm jealous.
That was one of my top 3 food challenges.
Oh, really?
Just because there's so many people there.
Ooh.
I don't think it's around anymore.
Okay, well, let's dive right into the questions. So let's start with the what did you eat mostly during the 15 weeks?
Oh, let's see. Katina can help with this too because she was there for most of it. She's just the best lunch packer ever.
I do. It's all about the diagonal.
She cuts my sandwiches into triangles and they're just delicious. But no, I tried to keep a routine when I could. Weekends, breakfasts are a little bit different than lunch, than just during the week. If you watch that typical day of dieting video that Katina and I filmed together, Katina on weekends does a really good job making like a breakfast scramble with eggs and lots of healthy vegetables. But then typically, and it depended on my internship and what time it started, but I usually have to start around 7:30 to 8. So I would get up like 45 minutes beforehand and then have 2 packets of low sugar oatmeal, usually with berries or a banana or something like that. And then I tried to have some protein. Sometimes if I was really hungry, I'd make a little extra half a sandwich with some deli meat just for protein and then like 1 piece of bread. But then lunch would always be some almonds for some healthy fats, of course, with a sandwich. And then usually either an apple or a orange.
Yep.
And usually I'd bring both. And then I'd have one as a snack and then the other with the meal. and then a 000 yogurt.
Yeah, the Greek yogurt with all the protein in it.
Yep.
0 fat, high protein.
And then usually that held me. Oh, and then I'd usually have a can of vegetables. Yep. So work would have a can opener. I would either bring beans or mixed veggies or something like that. And then dinner was usually on my own. Every now and then Katina would make a nice.
It's kind of fun for yourself around dinner time because we don't eat at the same time. And he likes to work out like way before he'll get on the bike or either closer to when he would get on the bike. So we don't necessarily always eat dinner together. But if we did eat dinner together, usually it would be some sort of like lean meat with a bunch of sauteed veggies and stuff. Very similar to basically what the breakfast was. I would just skillet fry up some sort of meat, a bunch of like broccoli, maybe some peppers, mushrooms, and then serve it that way. And then a lot of those high fiber wraps were helping to keep him pretty full. Those like high fiber tortilla wrap things was definitely helping him out a lot. But if you want to watch more about that, there is a full day of eating video as one of the episodes in the Sexification series. So it goes into depth pretty well.
Ralph said, hey guys, how difficult was it to lose the weight? And this was like my 10th or 12th Sexification, like 20th or 30th time of losing weight. So it gets easier as you go, especially as you get more disciplined, more committed and stuff like that. And I had 15 weeks off to not do any food challenges, and I wanted to maximize the time. So like I said in the video we just posted on Friday, I know a lot of it was all on my own. I did it, but I was doing the internship 40 to 50 weeks. I have a few different graduate school classes, all my work with the websites and channels, all the exercise I was doing. A lot of it was easier because I had Katina in my corner to help with everything, with meals, with all the different miscellaneous stuff. So that helped a lot. So I know, and I've been helping to counsel people with diabetes and stuff during my internship. And it's a big problem when there's a couple together and they're not on the same page. One's trying to lose weight. And a lot of times, if not trying to lose weight, sometimes the partner is almost trying to sabotage. And Katina's looking at something funny.
Somebody said, forget the bike. It's those unnecessary hip thrusts that do the magic. If you guys watched his workout video, he did some interesting movements while doing squats. So yeah, that's funny. Thank you for watching his videos in depth.
Sure, that's what was being talked about too. Yeah.
That was it, because I called them unnecessary hip thrusts.
Oh, that is.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe it was my mind in the gutter.
It was.
Let's see.
But one of the really good questions that just popped up was it always your goal to lose 100 pounds in 15 weeks, or did it just happen? And that was from NK. Thank you for the great question.
Actually, that's a really good question. And no, because I did I had 3 goals at the beginning of the transformation. And no, one was not to fit in, or no, it was to fit into my turkey suit. So I knew that I needed to be around 300 pounds or close to them, but I had no intention of, I guess, losing that much weight all in 15 weeks. It just kind of happened. I don't really focus on weight loss as a goal. Like my goal was never to lose 5 pounds because you can't always control that. I always was more concerned with my behaviors for the day. I wanted to throw a strike. I usually wanted to get exercise. I wanted to do all the things I could control, and just through consistency and momentum, constantly each day built off the other. I didn't take off weekends or anything like that. So every day kind of moved me forward rather than every now and then taking a few steps back. So just over the long haul, the course of the 15 weeks, all of that was able to kind of build up to the over 100 pounds. So I was really happy with that.
And then Courtney Hicks just asked about if we do cheat meals and how often we do them. And that's something that I address a lot, kind of more on like my weight loss stuff, is I may have some like older videos that like say, oh, epic cheat day or whatever. That's just a name for the entertainment value of YouTube. That's the popular thing to search. Neither of us do cheat meals or cheat days really in that way. There's just events that we know that we want to go and eat normal food. So like say, like this weekend is Thanksgiving. And even though his weight loss, the primary part of this weight loss sexification is over, we knew that we didn't want to be dieting on Thanksgiving. That's, not a goal. We're here to enjoy time with the family, try new food, go out and do stuff. So that's kind of how we treat going out to bars and stuff too. And or going out with friends or whatever. So no cheat meals, I would say.
Well, it helped that we did the 5K in the morning. I mean, that didn't make up for the entire dinner that we had.
Especially when you're like my size, I burned like 200 calories running a 5K. So
yeah, every Thanksgiving, my family goes to IHOP for breakfast. breakfast. So Katina's been with us the past 2.
Mm.
So we had that, and then we had a big Thanksgiving dinner with a lot of my cousins and stuff. But no, I never really have any cheat days, just because when you're cheating, it usually helps you along. Just with tests or cheating usually associates you doing something to get ahead. And normally when you're eating a ton, it's not really you getting ahead. The only real benefit from it is maybe if it gives you some time off to enjoy yourself, and then you wake up the next day more motivated. But I mean, we'll go and do, like, we've been to some of the Wisconsin German restaurants, and we haven't exactly eaten diet food, pretzels, cheese curds, and all that stuff. But we usually try to account for it in our day. Like, we'll get exercise in the morning, or we'll just eat less the meal before, or we'll eat at like 4 p.m. or whatever, or no, we'll eat at like 2 or 3, and then we'll just count that as lunch and dinner. So we try to incorporate it into the day rather than just saying, hey, it was a cheat day, we had the day off. So it still allows us to continue.
Awesome.
And I'll give myself a spare when we do have days off where we will go have fun at a restaurant, where usually just because I'm so big, I'll still be under my calorie goals. But obviously I know I could have done better, so I don't give myself a strike.
Joshua Hanner asked, did you have any favorite food that you ate during your weight loss? Like anything that you found was like your favorite thing to...
I was going to mention this earlier, but we have rice cakes quite a bit on like weekends, or I'll bring some as snacks sometimes during the day, just because there's so many different flavors. Like sometimes I'll come home hungry. I'll just be craving cheddar rice cakes. I know that sounds pathetic, but they're really pretty good. And you have to eat a lot to actually get a whole lot of calories. Yeah. But I like Red Delicious apples. So those help. Really with food challenges, and especially me, because I go weeks where I'm doing a food challenge every day. And Katina's already said it after these few days at my house with mom and dad, almost like craving a salad or something. So it actually, I mean, when I get so big, it doesn't feel good on my body. So I actually look forward to eating healthy and having high fibrous fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. So going from over here on the spectrum of eating all kinds of stuff to eating healthy vegetables and fruits and lower calorie stuff to get my weight back down, I kind of look forward to that because I know how I'll feel at the end.
And then Hallie Daliu, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry if I butchered it. How much water would you drink in a day? That's actually pretty great to address because it's pretty individualized.
Yes.
For you.
Yeah, I mentioned this on the typical day of eating, but I just have a full gallon jug that I have filled every morning with water. And by the end of the day, I try to finish it. Usually that's easy. When I'm riding for a few hours down in the basement, it's pretty easy to clear like half a gallon. So I would say I probably have a gallon a day on the low end, and then sometimes even up to 1.5. I wouldn't say I go up to 2, just because I used to sweat a lot more when I rode at my house in Springfield, but now we always have like a construction fan on us that I don't really sweat as much.
To help, keeps us cool.
So I don't need to drink as much water.
And I didn't let him wear a sweatsuit while he was on the bike. He used to do that and just puddles. And I was like, I don't think you need to be doing that there, partner. But that was just me being a controlling girlfriend, because I'm an abusive girlfriend. But Jimmy asked a really good question. And I think this is a common one on a lot of people's minds. And there's a lot of doubt. Even our families have been asking about this. Jimmy asked, do you plan on going back up in weight when you resume food challenges, or will you try and maintain or continue losing weight?
Well, my goal is to just stay under 300 until January, which won't be hard, just because, I mean, there are some holidays, but I won't be gaining any weight. I'm also not trying to lose until January, but I still have my internship. So it was so easy these past 15 weeks because I wasn't doing any food challenges at all because I was doing the internship stuff. But I still have a full another semester of internship from January 3rd all the way to the middle of May. So I'll be committed, stuck in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, doing internship stuff from Monday to Friday every week with no breaks, other than maybe a spring break. But we'll pretty much just be doing food challenges on the weekends. So we're hoping to get to most of the major cities in Wisconsin, pretty much anything within 5 hours. So maybe even Indianapolis on a longer weekend or something like that. But the food challenges are just going to be during the weekends. And then we'll mostly focus on existing food challenges. And I get crap about this on our channel all the time about how some of the food challenges I'm doing are easier. Well, usually the ones I've created are like 7-8 pounds, pretty hard compared to the existing food challenges. The ones that already exist, the ones over 6 pounds are too big for normal people to even have a chance at. So nobody really tries them and they go away because nobody tries them. The restaurant doesn't want to, it's not worth the hassle. So a lot of the existing challenges are like 5 pounds, 6 pounds or less. So they'll actually be fewer calories than the ones I've been helping to create in the past. So it should be easy, not just to maintain, but doing all the exercise during the week and stuff, just like I did this past Sexification series, I should be able to lose weight just at a slower rate.
Yeah. And then here's another good question from Hans Siemens. He asked, how different was your sexification now that you have a girlfriend? I saw in the videos that Katina was a help. Thank you, Hans. I don't want to say Hans or Hans. I'm not sure.
It's probably German, Hans.
Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure.
Hans.
But well, she's
just
also,
like Hans Gruber.
Yeah, it's Gruber.
Gruber.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie,
yes,
by the way.
Agreed.
But would you say that it has been different? Like, it could be towards, like, because we know that you mentioned in your final one that, like, yes, I was helpful in like cooking and stuff, but would you say it was like harder? Because there were some times when I was like, you need to eat when you get off the bike. Like I know you think you're okay, but I'd be like, you need to eat a rice cake. Like,
if I finish cycling at like midnight, I have to like make myself have like a protein shake or anything, just because I don't like eating a whole lot right before bed. Back in college, my buddies and I used to go out to the bars all the time, and then we'd get like Taco Bell at like 2 a.m. in the morning, and then I'd wake up just feeling like crap. Yeah. So I don't like to do that. Just eating a whole bunch after a long ride or late at night at all. So usually I'll have like Greek yogurt and an orange or something like that. Nothing too crazy.
But going back to it, do you think it was, is it any different being when you were just like single and on your own, kind of just being able to kind of do your own thing as opposed to living with somebody and then having to like, I mean, I guess cater to my needs. That kind of sounds weird, but like
she is high maintenance.
We would spend time together. No, it was very thankful because some of the, I guess you would call them like the off days or cheat meals was like, I want to go watch the Seahawks game. Will you come with me? And it's like, would it have been helpful to like not go to that Seahawks game? Probably, or go out to a bar when it comes to weight loss. But then again, did that help with your sanity, having those days going out and just having some fun? Like, you know what I mean?
I think a lot of my steps came from just, babe, will you get me this? I'm on the couch. And I had to keep her running back and forth, up the steps, down the steps. Just always had to make sure that she was happy and smiling, because happy Katina, happy life. But no, I would say just being with you, she's very regimented with her military past, and it's early to bed, early to rise. She's very structured with her lifestyle. So I would say just having her gave me more structure. In addition to the internship, had to give me more structure as well, as far as timing and just trying to maximize my productivity and fitting everything. So no, it helped. I mean, it would be a lot different, like I said at the beginning, if she wasn't trying to lose weight or if she didn't worry about her weight. I mean, she's always kind of on track with being focused on weight management and stuff while doing her channel. So no, I would say having her made it easier.
Okay, more towards it. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I would say made it easier. Yeah, no, she adds a lot more to my life than subtracts.
Aw, crash. Also, shout out to HM3 Free. Said, dude, I'm so happy for you. Amazing job.
So, thank you.
Thank you for the super chat.
And that's another thing with this is that my goal for in June is to do the whole Katy Trail in one day. So I'll do it in 2 days and then 1 day, which is a 226-mile bike trail in Missouri. So I'll be training for that. Like, I'll do food challenges on weekends, but they'll be dinner time. So I'll spend the mornings, if I don't have any homework, which I should have less homework this upcoming semester than the previous one. I will be able to do like 4 or 5 hour rides before the food challenge. So it'll kind of counteract all the calories. Do you like turtles? How did that question come about? But I do like turtles. I used to have a turtle named Franklin. That is a crazy question.
That was definitely.
I had a red-eared slider, yes.
Okay, we already kind of answered that from David D. Are you done losing weight? Nope, he's not really.
Crime Stoppers, hospital internship. The answer is yes. Right now, my internship is focused on, it's my elective rotation. I'm helping people with diabetes and those who need help with weight management. So that's a 6-week thing. Before that, I was doing food service management. So next semester, I'll be doing my community rotation, I think at a YMCA, but helping kids with health and fitness and stuff. And then like 8 weeks, I'll be helping, I'll be at a hospital learning about medical nutrition therapy.
Here's actually a pretty good question, which does tie into kind of the sexification. Is this from AWF118? What happened in the last few videos? Were you not feeling well in general, or too many challenges back to back?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know what's being talked about, I tried to do a Texas and Southwest USA tour just because I wanted to get to those areas before my internship started. I gave myself a 2-week break after my Midwest USA tour. And I think that's when I helped you move.
Yeah, we started to move.
Yeah. I helped her move. We got everything from Spokane to our house in Milwaukee. And then I started a tour. But then like even on day one, my stomach just wasn't expanding like it had in the past. I just didn't give myself long enough break. So I thought that maybe it was a one-time thing. But then the next day, even after a bike ride, I still struggled. I won that one just because it was on the easier side. But then on my birthday, my 35th birthday, I lost that one. I started getting full really quick. So I decided to cancel the rest of my tour and just kind of go home to give myself, my body a break. But then I still did the 4th one just because I knew we have a lot of subscribers in Plano. So I didn't want to just leave with no notice and have a whole bunch of people disappointed. So I just took the L. I kind of knew I was going to lose before I started, just because my body wasn't wanting to do it. But it was okay. I'll be back. Hopefully, the plan is Katina and I are going to do a big whole bunch of travels after my internship is over. So before then, I'll get a whole bunch of videos filmed. I'll basically redo the intended tour that I was going to do in Texas, and then hopefully Arizona, Colorado, and then maybe New Mexico. We'll have to see. But Katina will be with me for those, we hope.
I should be.
That's the plan.
Quickly, I want to say a huge thank you to Big Dog Bulldog for the super chat. A big thank you to Nate Dennison. And wow, a massive thank you to Rick Bourne. Wow, that is amazing. That is awesome. Nate Dennison says, love you guys. Rick Bourne says, from a lifelong Wisconsin resident, I pray you find lifelong happiness together. Katina, thanks for Air Force service. Randy, you're a bold entrepreneur. You seem like two kindred souls who found each other. God bless you both and happy lives to you. Thank you so much, Rick. That's very kind of you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas coming up here soon. Back going into challenges, this is a really good one that you can touch base on. And this goes in depth. It might be easier to direct him towards a video, but Christopher Nell asked, can you explain what 4 parts go into a strike day and the difference between a spare, open frame, etc.? Do you remember which video that all details in?
What 4 parts go into a strike day and the difference between spare, open frame, and gutter ball? I'm trying to think of the 4 parts that go into a strike day. Maybe because of there's 4 parts on my calendar. And I do need to do a couple posts to explain my calendar better. But really, the strike is more about just your nutrition for the day, making sure it accounts for your fitness. And just every day, I try to end at a caloric deficit. So pretty much as long as I did my best, stayed at that calorie deficit, and just didn't get too crazy, like didn't go out to a German meal with a big old fried pretzel or something like that. I gave myself a strike. And then on days where I still did pretty good, but I know I could have done better, I gave myself a spare. It's a very subjective thing. I don't have the specific criteria together yet or what I'll be using moving forward. But then obviously gutter balls in bowling is just where you go right off the lane into the gutter. You get no points. That would just be like St. Patrick's Day or Thanksgiving if you just went crazy. We were actually pretty controlled this year, especially because we did the 5K that kind of just helped us get focused on the day to make sure that we were pretty good.
Started on a healthy foot.
Yes, yeah. But then the open frame is kind of like a spare where you had more calories than you wanted. You're probably over your limit, but it wasn't that bad. Not full on gutter ball day. But no, I'd say that kind of makes up the strikes, spares, open frames, and gutter balls.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of writing those on your calendar helps me track myself. Along with the top corner is where I track all my sleep, and then the other ones where I track my activity. And then if I do weigh myself, I track that on the bottom.
Yep. Here's a good one from PJ Sangha. What was your daily calories during your sexification?
That was, and a lot of people have asked me about like what I was eating and stuff like that. It's hard to go and track. I mean, you are able to tell what I was doing for exercise because I track that with my steps and with my cycling hours, or we're both on Strava. If you have Strava, be sure to follow either of us or both of us. Katina eats kilos, and then just Randy Santel. But I mean, I was eating carbs every day. I've seen a couple questions come up about keto, but we both have plenty of carbs every day. There wasn't any certain food groups we restrict.
No, I'd say a good way to just word that is that his calories varied depending on his activity level. So if there was a day where he was just sedentary and it was just an office day for his internship, he would eat significantly less on days than he would if he had maybe say like a 2.5 or 3 hour ride. And then tying into just talking about riding, a lot of people kind of gave him crap for riding for so long, but what they don't realize is he's actually training to ride an actual bike, like 200 and some odd miles down the Katy Trail. So he's not just riding the bike specifically for weight loss. He's also training himself physically to be prepared to do the feats that he wants to do, just the same as I run, not only because it's healthy, but I'm running to be able to go do a really long run beyond a marathon one day. So it's not just a weight loss tool, even though it's a great weight loss tool. It's also a passion that we both have for tackling a big physical challenge or a sporting challenge. So
yeah, one of the happiest things about this entire period is I ended with the Hell Week or the Harry Potter Week, where I rode for 20 hours in a week. Well, back when I did the Katy Trail in 3 days last year, which was after Sexification 2020, I couldn't even sit down because my butt hurt so bad just from being in the saddle for so long. But after the 20 hours of this trip, along with all the other rides this past Sexification, I was still able to sit just fine. So my booty, my rear, my tail pad is resilient, which will help me be able to ride for longer moving forward.
Mm-hmm. And now we've gotten 2 questions kind of along the same lines. One came in earlier, just didn't really get to it because it was really specific. But this one's from Lexi Shea. Any advice for somebody who wants to lose weight but spends 90% of the day on the road? Which I think I would assume you would be able to kind of attest to that since you spend a lot of time on the road yourself.
Yeah, that's a massive problem for a huge number of people.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like, with all my bowling stuff, I kind of attribute it to your home alley that you go bowling at all the time. You kind of know the lane conditions at your house. You know what foods are in it. You have full control over everything that goes on in the house. But once you're, and then you can have a routine there. Like these past 15 weeks, we've had a great routine. But yeah, once you're on the road all the time, and a lot of that goes out the window.
Yeah, and I think what this is specifically addressing, though, is that these people are probably truck drivers or delivery drivers. So they're saying on the road.
Yeah.
I guess I can kind of take that a little bit. There's always good food choices that you can make on the road. You just have to realize that you are sedentary. So as tempting as it is to be bored and snack while you're driving, you have to resist that temptation. Know that you're not doing a whole lot of moving and to just eat a lower amount of calories and try and make as healthy choices as possible. I know they're expensive, but all gas stations have those little salad deli things or like the healthy fruit packs. And I know that's kind of a hard choice to make when it is a little on the pricier side, but it is worth it for your health in the long run. And then also just taking those quick stretching breaks when you do hit your truck stop or that break. Take the moment to get out, stretch, do like a lap around the gas station, get back into the car. Don't be embarrassed. Do some air squats outside and stretch your legs out. Make sure that you really feel healthy, stretch out, breathe in some deep air. So I would definitely give you that tip. I know it sucks to be on the road, but there are good choices that you can make, even though they maybe aren't ideal.
I'd say with anything, any kind of goal achievement, one of the keys to being successful is being able to say no. I mean, even when we stop at gas stations, I mean, nutty bars are delicious. Anybody that says all those little Debbie snacks don't look delicious, they're lying, or else they've just been so far they haven't had any in forever that they don't even remember what they're missing. But yeah, no, it's more about just saying no. I mean, a lot of gas stations now, they thrive on all the convenience foods and everything being purchased. Just being able to say no to a lot of the stuff is higher in calories. I mean, not that you always have to go for the banana or the apple that's sitting there for 75 cents, but a lot of it too is just having go-to foods. Like sometimes, sometimes we'll go to restaurants and while we're dieting, and we don't want to just go off the rails. So like usually there's a certain food, like mine specifically is grilled buffalo chicken sandwiches. Saying no to the fried ones. And really, I mean, even with restaurants, going out to places, everything's more about choices. I mean, you can have a chicken sandwich, but there's 27 types of ways to have a chicken sandwich. You can have fattening sauces on it. You can have it fried versus grilled. You can do a wrap versus lettuce wraps if you're into that stuff, or just the different kind of breads you can have. Just trying to make the best choices you can. Or like when I go to Subway, or when I used to go to Subway, because now it's like $30 a sandwich. There's options that you can get that are lower in calories than all the others. So just trying to have as much of a routine as you can, just making the smarter choices when you can. And like she said earlier, think about how you're lacking in activity. So you've got to be a little bit more accurate with your aim, your nutrition.
Nice. So we did get the question on what brand is our indoor bike. That's from Ross Janes. We have Stages SC3 spin bikes in the house, but any sort of spin bike that gets you moving in the house is a great spin bike, whether it is a $100 garage sale find for a recumbent bike or an upright bike that can track stuff and connect to Zwift or digitally. Anything is going to help you out as long as it's keeping you active. Yeah,
Missouri State University in their rec center, back when I went there, they used Stages bikes, and I kind of fell in love with them there just because they fit with the phone app I was using, the heart rate monitor and everything. And it was my graduation present to myself that I got myself one. And I think it goes up to like 400 pounds. The SC3 model, it's stronger than the SC1 and 2. And then when we wanted to get one with Katina, we wanted to get one for Katina's house. So then I'd be able to exercise while I was staying for like a month or two in Spokane with her on the couch, of course. But then we'd have the bike to ride there. And we figured the eventual goal was to have Stacy and Sammy next to each other at the future house. So we just got a matching one to match. And I think they're a little bit more, they're cheaper now than when we bought ours.
The next question coming in, we'll answer the first part of it from Rylan Ree. Any suggestions about muscle gain?
Well, I would say you can't really have a diet, or, I mean, in order to lose 108 pounds, I wasn't at a 100 calorie deficit each day. It was a little bit greater. I didn't really prioritize. I guess I wanted to retain all the muscle I could. I was trying to do push-ups and resistance stuff whenever I could, but I wasn't really focused on gaining muscle while burning all the fat. You would have more talk about that.
Yeah. So Rylan, when it comes to muscle gain, really all you have to know is that you, one, have to be in at least a little bit of a calorie surplus to help build muscle tissue. And you also need to focus on a good protein intake to help facilitate the gains in your muscles. So basically working out, doing all the right things in the gym, obviously doing all the right things nutritionally, and then also accepting that there is going to be some fat gain along the way. You can't just purely gain muscle, unfortunately. There's always going to be some spillover into fat gain, but you can minimize that. And there are lots of great resources on that. I like the free resources from 3DMJ, 3D Muscle Journey. They have a really great channel here on YouTube. There's a really great YouTuber named Jackson Peos. I will actually put his name in the chat here if you want to look him up. He has a lot of great free information on muscle gain for people naturally trying to build muscle. So yeah, anything like that. There's a lot of good resources. There are also a lot of poor resources for muscle gain that advice. So make sure that you're just doing your research. But I would say being in a little bit of a calorie surplus, so eating more than you need to, working out hard, and making sure that you get the minimum amount of protein in.
Yeah, I mean, even moving forward, I've said that I'm going to be doing a lot more resistance training, but I don't think I'll be specifically worried about muscle gain It'll be more about working all the muscles that I already have, but I won't really prioritize gaining muscle. It'll be more about strengthening the muscles that I do have. A lot of people have been saying congratulations, so thank you to everybody messaging us that.
Yes. And then Blazin' Beats asked, what matters more, total fat or total calories to lose weight? That one's actually pretty easy. It's going to be total calories. So no matter what, whether you're eating protein, fats, or carbohydrates, it's your total calories that decide whether you're going to lose weight or not. So as long as you are eating less than you need to be, then you will lose weight. If you eat more than you need to, you will gain weight.
I'm stuffing my face while watching this.
Wow.
And a couple of people have talked about how, and a lot of people talk about this, is how they don't really like vegetables. Number one, that sucks. I love vegetables. But also, too, if there's some vegetables you don't like, think about the seasonings and different ways you can flavor them up. So she's actually, without her, I would have never learned anything about an air fryer. Like if I was single, I would not have a air fryer in my house. I'd still have my rotisserie that she threw away, but because apparently I didn't do a good job enough of cleaning.
You do not want to know what was in that rotisserie. It is disturbing.
Whatever.
I do want to say hello real quick to Rico Fly. Somebody said, hey, DJ, hope you're doing well. So hello. I don't know who you are in person, but hello, Rico Fly. Thank you for saying hi. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving too.
Yeah, I called you DJ.
Yeah, nobody knows that except for people who really know me. But yeah, we're kind of going off into more like lifestyle topics now.
What is one food that both of you don't care for?
I really don't like anything excessively spicy.
Rick Bourne, I agree with you. He said Subway really screwed its franchisees with the $5 footlong.
That's why my motto for Subway is Subway. Meh, it's a sandwich.
Yeah, now they have like $12 sandwiches. It amazes me.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I would never go to Subway for a $12 sandwich.
Sarah Fisher, I agree. Slightly burn your veggies. They taste better. Very good.
We gotta talk about that one. Haley.
Okay, Hallie DeLue, is excess skin a problem when you lose weight that quickly? That is an awesome question.
Yeah, I would say that's one of the most common questions I do get. Do you have anything about that first?
Let's just preface this by saying that everything kind of comes down to cosmetics when it comes to loose skin. So that's all going to come down to the individual and what they're comfortable with. So no matter what, if you lose weight really, really rapidly and you are an excessive size, basically, and this could happen with muscle gain too, it's going to cause stretching of the skin where the elasticity won't return. So we will say that, but you can also minimize excess skin by filling that gap that's left from losing fat with a little bit of muscle. But that's up to the individual. So for Randy, so far, we're not really sure yet, but do you want to address how your thoughts on excess skin? Because it's really towards you.
Yeah, no, a lot of people have been asking me about it. And that's kind of one of the reasons that I stopped after 15 weeks, because if I continued on this path and just even lost 50 more pounds or something like that, I do think the skin would be there. Because, I mean, we compared from my before photo, or even we took the final photos this past Monday. There's a little bit of excess skin that's starting to show, but it's nothing out of control now. I mean, one of the things is, and this is one of the many reasons that people talk about losing weight at a slower rate, just because it gives your skin time to catch up with it. And I don't know why I have my hands like this, but it kind of gives your skin the ability to catch up and tighten up along with while you're losing weight. I was losing weight at a very rapid pace. So if I kept on going, I'd have a lot of loose skin. But I mean, in 2000, I'm not even really sure, because I've gained and lost a lot of weight. So my skin, I would say, is a little bit tighter than most people's. So it is, I guess, more used to stretching and expanding and stuff. But I am going to be going at a slower pace moving forward with my weight loss. So the goal or the hope is that I won't have to deal with a whole bunch of weight loss. And then that's another reason. I mean, even I've got a little bit of this going just because I've mostly been biking and stuff. The goal is to do a whole bunch of pull-ups, push-ups, press-ups on the total gym, and do a whole lot of weight resistance stuff, so that hopefully that will tighten up the arms and parts of my body as well. I want to be able to I'm going to walk around just flexing my pecs whenever I'm a lot more fit. So yeah, the goal is to go down a little bit more steady now, so that I don't have as much skin at the end. Just because that is a problem. I mean, people will lose a whole bunch of weight, but then they'll still be kind of unhappy with what they see in the mirror just because there's a lot of skin left over. So no, that's definitely something to talk about, and it's definitely a thing that is important.
Yeah. Big thank you. Mr. Jack says, thank you for all you two do. Thank you very much, Mr. Jack. And Anna Drum sends a super chat as well. Thank you very much, Anna Drum. Let's see. And
yeah, and I think this goes on to with the talk about fats versus carbs and calories and all that. I mean, you can eat too many. I mean, you can focus mostly on strike and spare foods and still eat too many of them. I mean, especially if you're trying to lose. I mean, I had the luxury of having to lose a lot of weight. But once I get down to the point where I just want to lose 5, 10, 15, even watching, I mean, we could eat too many rice cakes once you get to that level.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely the calories. And I've seen a couple comments come in about it. But yeah, calories matters more than everything. I mean, it's a lot more complex than that simplicity. But I mean, overall calories is still a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Vegan Bear asked, Randy, have you developed saddle sores from riding? And if so, do you have like a cream to provide relief?
I use chamois cream. Chamois butter. So, but she uses a different one for her running.
When I run, I use Body Glide, but that's totally different. It's very similar to like a chamois cream, but yeah, chafing can definitely happen. Even when I'm on the bike, I do. I actually, for whatever reason, chafe under my armpits while I'm riding the bike. I think because I stand up and get down and stand up and get down on the bike so much. But yeah, just make sure you use a lot of chamois cream. And then it does take some time for your tush to get used to sitting on the bike seat a lot, especially if you have a skinnier bootay and not as much padding.
But yeah, I get, I don't know if you want to call them blisters or whatnot. I just saddle sores.
Yeah, they're saddle sores.
Yeah, if I go too long, and that's one of the things too, is it's a lot better now. After finishing the Harry Potter week, I didn't really have a whole lot of discomforts or anything. I was thankful to get off the bike just because my Garmin was telling me I was being unproductive by not changing up my regimen or anything like that. I was mostly happy just to take a break and get more work done. But yeah, that's definitely a thing as well. But yeah, the chamois butter is what I use.
We've had a few people saying thank you for the motivation to lose weight. So awesome.
Oh no, that's good for you guys. Yeah, no, I'm happy that my weight loss, I guess, has helped inspire some other people to get started. Because really, that's the hard part, is just getting started. Once you develop your routine and everything else, once you actually see some results, it can be easier to keep going. That's why I talk a lot about consistency and taking advantage of momentum. It's a lot easier to keep the momentum going, keep the ball rolling, than it is to keep starting and stopping and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And then this is kind of random from Mark H. Did you do the surgery? I don't know what that's referring to. If you mean some sort of like weight loss surgery or something. But no, there was no surgery involved in his weight loss. No. So
I had stitches for my knee, but
yeah,
no surgery. What is the surgery?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's like 2,500.
If it was like a skin surgery, or maybe he means, would you do a skin surgery? Maybe because that was when we were talking about it. I don't know. So Jan, that's actually a great question. Jan Packies asked, when did you first start seeing your results? Like how soon into it did you like look in the mirror and go, wow, I look different?
That was a good question.
Yeah, that's an amazing question.
That would be for you. What was your take on it?
I thought it was right away. So when Randy finished his tour, and this is true of anybody, when I finish my tours as well, is I retain a lot of water through my face and neck. Yeah. So his face was very swollen and retaining water and the sodium and stuff, which happens to me as well. So I think the first thing that goes on Randy when he loses a lot of weight is definitely through his neck and his face. So I noticed that right away. And then there was a day, I feel like was it 5 or 6 weeks in, Randy had been turned to the side and he was just wearing shorts and no shirt. And it was like, wow, like you lost a lot of weight. Like his silhouette was a lot smaller. So I think maybe it was like 5 or 6 weeks in that it was like a wow moment.
My schoolmates in my classes, it took, I would say, like 2 months for them to actually really say something like, wow, Randy, you've lost a lot of weight. Because I started my internship weighing 395 pounds, basically. And now I'm under 300. So almost everybody has said something now, but I mean, that's 100 pounds later. Like she said, though, my face is always the first to show either weight gain or weight loss. So I would say pretty quickly. But then, I mean, I had steady weight loss on a scale almost every day, or not every day, every week. But then, like, I was wearing my cycling bibs, and I'm doing this again. I don't know why, but you could really tell in my cycling bibs just because they fit better pretty much every week as I went along, just because that's tight along the abs, the front of the bib. So I could tell my weight loss, especially the ending versus the beginning, because even if you just watch the video we posted on Friday, where I'm looking really big, and the one where you said it's a bull rat,
It's a bull rat.
Yeah, them versus now is a big difference.
It's true. This is a great question from Monica Suruvaru. How did you ensure there were enough rest days throughout your fitness journey during sexification? Because that's a great question. You spent so much time on the bike. How did you regulate your rest days?
I would say that I didn't need as many rest days because I never went like balls to the wall with my like heart rate and everything.
It was all pretty low intensity steady state, which was kind of able to spare him from taking rest days. And I hate to like use this term, but he was pretty intuitive with his rest days. And when he decided to take it, if he was feeling under the weather, it was like, okay, I don't think I want to ride today. At least that's what you expressed to me out loud.
Yeah.
And then I would say that could be the same for anybody. There's no set rest, even though like you'll read a fitness plan, it'll be like rest on this day, rest on this day. If you know your body, you know when you need to take a rest day, take it, even though it doesn't say it yet. Yeah, I know. This person's been putting spam stuff.
Drew's a sicko.
Yeah, that's gross.
But no, one of the big things that differs this sexification from all the past ones is, and I'm not sponsored by Garmin or promoting it, but just wearables in general.
Which is a good question from Melissa Styles. We'll tie into that.
I've never really tracked my sleep. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I always track my sleep like, oh, I got 6 hours, but I never knew the quality of it. Mm-hmm. Like just a couple of days ago after Thanksgiving, I slept like 7 hours and 41 minutes. Just because it was mostly because of all the beer we drank and the food and all
Not
that.
Good choices.
But my sleep quality was horrible.
And it will be. Yeah. So our wearables that we have, which was the question from, was it Marissa Styles? I already forgot the name. I'm sorry. Melissa Styles. What watch do you guys use to track your biking and running? That kind of ties into that. This watches that we wear are the same. It's the Garmin Fenix 6.
Fenix 6.
The Fenix 6 Pro, both of us. And he's got the titanium sapphire.
Yeah, because I wanted mine to look like a professional watch, so I got the titanium.
And mine's a 6S just because I have tiny kid hands. But basically, these help track your sleep quality. They do pulse ox if you want to. We don't really use that. They track your steps.
It gives you a sleep score, which is nice.
It's really amazing.
I've had 100%, and I was so excited. But I think it's legit too, like accurate.
It is. It's very accurate.
Like it'll give us like a 30 sleep score, and you will kind of feel like crap.
Yeah. It's
but then after important. Like a 97, so this kind of goes back to the rest days. Is that if I just had like one of my problems is I'll work out late at night. Like she goes to bed at 6:30 or 7:30.
No.
She'll go to bed at like 9:30, sometimes 10. Well, I sometimes won't get on the bike until like 10 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And then I'll ride till like 12:30, 2.5 hours, whatever it is. Well, then I'll usually get pretty poor sleep. Mm-hmm. So sometimes if my sleep score is at like 5, I know that it won't get any better if I work out and then go to bed again. So I'll just take the night off. I'll go down to my stretching thing and I'll stretch Gumby. And then I'll get a good night's sleep and I'll feel better the next day. So it's kind of based on how my sleep and my body battery and everything else is doing. Oh. But you can get this from other non-Garmin products too. It just kind of depends.
Yeah, we just use this because it does tie in really easy to our apps, and we use it to put on Strava.
Yeah, and I use this when I ride, or the eventual goal is to start running a little more. I hate running. I don't really enjoy it. But I do like the feeling of accomplishment after you get done. And when we start doing a lot more tourism and traveling and stuff, I won't really be able to bring the bike with me to Europe. So I'll need to get more into biking and stuff, and that'll be easier
More
when
into
I'm
running.
when I'm a little bit yes, more into running. That'll be easier when I'm a lighter weight, more trained for all that too.
And it's easy to sightsee quickly if you're running around town instead of you know, you would have to be stuck in one place on a stationary bike. So we haven't really gotten too many questions specific to weight loss, but they do want to know, Haley is asking really great questions here. How does your energy compare to before and now after losing weight?
No, that's a great question. Back when I was like 300 and high 300s, I used to have to sleep like 8 hours just in order to feel good. But now I'm back down to being able to be fine after 6. So I definitely don't need to sleep as much. I get up a lot faster. She still calls me lazy because I usually sit there and I'm on my phone for like 15 minutes, just checking notifications and stuff.
Yo, when I'm up. And coffee is on, and we're making breakfast, and we're going for the day and walking.
But then she also takes time at night to watch her videos and TVs and stuff, and I don't do that.
I do.
So I take a little 15 minutes to start the day.
Yeah, mine is my half hour to an hour, sometimes more, at the end of the day to decompress.
She watches like 4 hours of British Bake Off a day.
I do. I lock myself.
Not 4 hours.
In the living room and watch Paul Hollywood.
Yeah.
Your cousin lost what? My cousin. I don't have a.
What's your ultimate?
Oh, that's my uncle. Hi, Uncle Russ. My cousin lost 100 pounds through running. What dietary plan did Randy use? Well, we already kind of covered that at the beginning. I think you probably missed that. But yeah, he was kind of just eating healthy, kind of whatever was easy to pack.
Yeah, usually
we'll talk about it over Christmas.
Yes. Yeah, we'll see you soon.
We'll see you at Christmas.
And this kind of goes off what somebody said earlier. The question or the comment was, no nutrition advice for alcoholics.
Yeah, we're going to let you talk to your doctor about that one.
Yeah, but really, and I was thinking about this earlier, is that COVID, it was either helpful or hurtful, I would say, with drinking. I'm more of a social drinker, so COVID kind of knocked, I think there was like a more than a month where I didn't have any alcohol at all. Not even trying. It was just there was no opportunities to go out with friends and do stuff. So we're not like, we don't just sit there and split a 12-pack at home. We usually have to have a reason to be out. We might have like a nightcap with some bourbon or something, but that was one of the main things that made weight loss easier this time is, we didn't really go out a whole lot other than for some meals. Yeah. And then we just were moderation. It's all about moderation from us. Yes.
It is. And we'll kind of talk about this a little bit and let maybe a couple more questions come in because we're going to end this in about 5 minutes. We have to get on the road back to Wisconsin. But I think talking about setting up your environment at home for success is really important. So if you set up your pantry to not have the things that you want to eat all the time, if you set up your fridge to be full of healthy things and take out the unhealthy things that you know are going to derail you from your goals, whether it be to gain weight or lose weight intentionally, then you're going to set yourself up for success because you do have to go out of your way to find the bad things or the things that are going to derail your goals. So for us as well, we're lucky that we have a gym in our basement, in our home. Yeah. So there's zero excuse to not get in fitness time. And I know that can be tough for some people to carve out time into their day to get fitness in. But for us, we're really lucky that way. So even if it's little things, if you have some free weights at home to get that on track or stocking your pantry a certain way, I'd say that's a really good tip.
And somebody talked about the burrito challenge in Hastings, Minnesota. I've already done that. So hopefully Katina can try it. I got a lot of views on that. So hopefully Katina can get there, but I've already beaten it.
All right. Oh. Okay. From Mike, a super chat. Thank you so much. Randy, I've lost a lot of weight along with you. 28 pounds since July from calorie management. Awesome. Y'all's food challenges have actually been therapeutic. Awesome. Congratulations, Mike.
And that's one of the things too, is people always ask me, or they ask anybody who lost weight, like, what'd you do to lose it? And really the answer is probably what you're thinking. just eating lighter and exercising more, or I mean, it's more complicated than that, especially if you have hormonal issues or problems. But yeah, I mean, it was just lighter eating, not doing a food challenge every day. That, believe it or not, helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then increasing the exercise. I know even with the counseling that I'm doing with people with diabetes, needing help with weight management, a lot of those people have the one thing in common, that they don't get a whole lot of exercise or even too many thousands of steps each day. So whatever you can do to burn more calories, in addition to eating a little bit less when you can, all the little things add up.
And here's a good one from Jay Lynn. How do you stay full? And we both get this question quite a bit. I would say we both have very normal appetites when we're not on tour. Yeah, sure, we would be capable of eating more food, but it's pretty easy to be full and satisfied if you make the right food choices. If you load your plate with healthy vegetables that take up more space in your belly, maybe have a diet carbonated beverage, which expands in your belly a little bit. So, and then there's also the part of it too, where if you're doing this in terms of weight loss, you have to be aware that there are going to be times when you are hungry, and that's part of losing weight. Is you're not always going to feel happy and satisfied. You're going to have periods of hunger. So embracing that and understanding that.
If I'm doing this, it's not because I disagree with Katina. It's because I'm reading some of your comments.
Yeah.
But no, also a lot of people ask about this, is like what it's like after a tour. Like I'd say for like 3 or 4 days, it's rough. Mm-hmm. Like it was your stomach's expanded, your body's craving the stuff you were eating, higher in fats and sugars and carbs and all that stuff. But really, if you can get through it mentally, just those few days, your body gets back to kind of normal. Your stomach contracts back down to normal size. Like we still get, I mean, we'll go out to restaurants, we'll get full or satisfied off of normal meals. I mean, we know
we split dishes sometimes. We'll be like trying each other's
stuff.
I
don't know about that.
Well, we'll like split appetizers and then split an entree and all that. So, I mean, we don't necessarily just like go to town.
Or she'll get something and I'll get something, and then we'll cut them both in half, and it'll be so precious. Yeah.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
But answer this, because we do get a lot of questions about this. A couple of people have asked about supplements.
Okay, for
we
sure.
We really don't take a whole lot.
First, I'm going to say a big thank you to Rick Bourne for your big super chat.
He's the man.
We may eventually put out some sort of workout videos, but for now, I am not going to promise that there's anything on the way when it comes to workout videos.
Yeah, all your guys' support is going to my Christmas present, so it's greatly appreciated.
Oh, goodness. Okay, what was the question you wanted us to address?
Supplements.
Okay, we're going to put this will be our final question. Big thank you for everyone who put in questions so far already, but in terms of supplements, I will tell you this point blank, there are 0 supplements that you need to be successful. Your number one supplement is your daily intake and diet. So I will preface with that. But there are some supplements that are okay to take, especially if you're trying to retain muscle while on a diet. And that would be like a whey protein supplement, which is definitely beneficial to take around like the peri-workout or around the workout period, because it does enter the muscle stream quickly. And then the well-proven supplement that you could take safely and at a good range, if you take it at a healthy range, is caffeine if you want to help your performance. And it also does help to blunt hunger. So having a cup of coffee can help to blunt some hunger, and it can improve your performance in the gym. The final one that I would like to mention is, we'll just skip mentioning that one. I would say that those are 2 things that you could take and be just fine. But you don't need either of those, and I wouldn't give you a supplement to recommend at all. So.
Yeah, really the only thing I took, and I don't recommend it or anything, but rapid weight loss can be tough on the liver. Mm-hmm. So I just took, I used Vitacost to get my digestive enzymes. Mm-hmm. It's a website. I get my digestive enzymes off of there. I took probiotics at one time, but I don't anymore. But I still, before all my food challenges, I take like a double dose of digestive enzymes. So off the same site, same brand, I got like a liver support health supplement. But that was just kind of while I'm doing this weight loss to kind of help along with the liver. I just had natural stuff like that. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend it or anything like that. But I mean, I used to take a lot more whey protein and stuff than I did, but I don't really have a lot of anything anymore.
Yeah, it's unnecessary unless you
Back in 2010 when I won that Spartacus body transformation contest, I was taking like 15 or 20 different supplements that my friends had told me about and blah 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 blah, and I took so many that I just didn't want to take any more. So really, even ever since then, I haven't really taken that many. The only time would be like this protein supplement or whatnot, just like before bed. Like after I'll do a workout or something before bed, and I won't want to eat like a full meal or anything like that. I'll have like a protein shake, and for less calories rather than milk, we keep unsweetened almond milk in the house.
Yeah.
So we'll just do it with that.
Helps you stay full through the evening and maybe can help you sleep through the
Thanks
evening.
for watching the house tour, Brian. We appreciate that.
Yeah. So thank you so much to everyone for all the positive comments. Hope you guys had a really great Thanksgiving and are getting hyped up for the holidays, whatever it is that you celebrate coming up here. And yeah, big thank you for supporting Randy through all of this, for coming and watching this live stream. If you think it's kind of weird that I'm doing the live stream, I didn't have any good videos planned because I did do that spicy chicken sandwich challenge last week, which ruined me. So yeah, I wanted to be able to sit down with Randy here and just talk about his weight loss because I'm so proud of him. And I know that sounds really cheesy, but I figured this is also another opportunity for you guys to ask more questions of Randy.
Well, hopefully this was helpful.
Get some insight.
Like we gave him good information.
I feel like this was helpful. I hope it was. If you guys have more questions, we may try and answer them in a future video. I may try and squeeze in some time. Maybe we'll do like a Facebook Live on his channel maybe or something and try and squeeze something else in. But thank you guys so much for all your time. We're going to get on the road, head back to Wisconsin. We got 6 hours on the road together, but thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. I'll let Randy have a final word here as well. And happy holidays.
I have my arm around her waist, Zach, not her booty.
Oh my goodness.
I am respectable.
On that note, okay, peace out. Bye.